What if I told you there's a powerful trio of nutrients, magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2, that could help unlock a new level of vitality and act as a serious defense against some of today's most pressing health issues? Before you dismiss this as just another supplement trend, consider this. More than half the population is deficient in at least one, if not all, of these key nutrients. That's no small issue, especially as we see a relentless rise in conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, cognitive decline, and diabetes. We're not claiming this trio is a cure-all, but the science is clear. Deficiencies in magnesium and vitamin D can significantly increase your risk of serious health issues, from heart problems and kidney complications to brain fog and metabolic dysfunction. Adding magnesium, D3, and K2 to your daily routine isn't just smart, it may be essential. But here's the catch. Many people unknowingly take them the wrong way, making mistakes that can actually backfire, causing calcium to build up in arteries, increasing the risk of atrial fibrillation, or even triggering a stroke. That's why it's crucial to understand how these nutrients work together and how to take them safely and effectively. In fact, there are 11 key things you must know before starting this combination to truly reap the benefits and avoid unintended harm. Imagine your body as a perfectly tuned orchestra. Magnesium, D3, and K2 are your lead instruments. Alone, they perform well, but together in harmony, they create a powerful symphony of health. But just like an orchestra, timing and coordination are everything. Let's break it down. Magnesium, the unsung hero. Magnesium powers over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. It helps regulate heart rhythm, stabilize blood sugar, support kidney function, and keep your brain sharp. It also acts as a crucial cofactor that allows your body to actually use vitamin D3. Without it, D3 is like a sports car with no fuel. It's not going anywhere. Vitamin D3, the calcium facilitator. Vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium. Great for bones, yes, but without proper direction, this calcium can end up in dangerous places like your arteries, joints, and kidneys. Vitamin K2, the traffic director. That's where K2 comes in. It ensures the calcium absorbed by D3 is deposited in your bones and teeth, not in your arteries or organs. Without enough K2, you risk arterial calcification, joint pain, kidney stones, and serious cardiovascular problems. Dosing smart, what you need to know. Magnesium. Aim for 300 to 400 milligrams per day of elemental magnesium, ideally in a form like magnesium glycinate, which is gentle on the stomach and well absorbed. Many find it helps to take half in the morning and half at night for sustained support. Vitamin D3 and K2. These fat-soluble vitamins are best taken in the morning with a meal containing healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, eggs, etc. A common range for D3 is 5,000 to 10,000 IU per day, paired with K2 in a ratio of 10 micrograms of K2 for every 1,000 IU of D3. So if you take 5,000 IU of D3, pair it with around 50 micrograms of K2. The danger of imbalance. One of the most common and dangerous mistakes is taking high doses of D3 without K2. D3 increases calcium absorption, but without K2 to guide it, that calcium can settle in your arteries, joints, and kidneys, raising your risk of high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, or stroke. In other words, you need the full team and in the right proportions for these nutrients to work safely and effectively. When taken correctly, magnesium, D3, and K2 form a powerhouse combination that supports heart, bone, brain, and metabolic health. But when taken improperly, they can do more harm than good. So if you're thinking about adding these to your daily regimen, get informed first. The right knowledge could make all the difference and quite literally change your life. Vitamin K2, particularly the MK7 form, activates proteins like osteocalin, which helps bind calcium to bone, and matrix glin MGP, which actively prevents calcium from depositing in soft tissues like arteries and blood vessels. So taking vitamin D3 without adequate K2 is akin to flooring the accelerator in a car, increasing calcium absorption without anyone steering, K2 guiding the calcium. The potential for a crash is high, and in this analogy, the crash is damage to your cardiovascular system. Always remember D3 and K2 are a team. One without the other, especially at higher D3 doses, can turn a potential benefit into a tangible risk. Navigating the world of supplements can feel like walking through a minefield, and one of the biggest explosions waiting to happen is incorrect dosing, often stemming from misleading or confusing product labels. This is particularly rampant with magnesium supplements, leading many well-meaning individuals to unknowingly underdose and then wonder why they're not experiencing the profound benefits they expected. Picture this. You pick up a bottle of magnesium glycinate. The front label proudly proclaims 400 mg magnesium glycinate. You think, great, exactly what I need, and start taking one capsule a day. Weeks, even months go by and you're still struggling with muscle cramps, poor sleep or anxiety, or perhaps your blood pressure, which you hoped magnesium would help manage, hasn't budged. The frustrating truth often lies in the fine print on the back of the bottle. That 400 mg frequently refers to the total weight of the magnesium compound, egg magnesium attached to glycine, not the actual amount of elemental magnesium, the pure magnesium your body can absorb and utilize. In reality, that 400 milliliters of magnesium glycinate might only provide 60 milliliters, 90 milligrams, or perhaps a little over 100 milliliters of actual usable elemental magnesium per capsule. So you're getting a fraction of what you thought and what your body truly needs. This underdosing can be especially dangerous if you're relying on magnesium supplementation to address specific health issues like hypertension. Adequate magnesium is crucial for relaxing blood vessels and plays a vital role in how your body absorbs and utilizes potassium, another key mineral for blood pressure regulation. If you're significantly deficient in both due to ineffective supplementation, your blood pressure could remain stubbornly high or even worsen despite your efforts. Remember, magnesium is involved in over 300 essential bodily processes, so shortchanging yourself has far-reaching implications. The hard truth is that it's almost physically impossible to pack 400 ml of elemental magnesium into a single average-sized capsule or even two. If a brand claims this, scrutinize the supplement facts panel very carefully for the elemental amount. To avoid this trap, always look for the elemental magnesium value on the label or choose reputable brands known for transparency and accurate labeling. Often brands that clearly state the elemental content are more trustworthy. Don't let confusing labels sabotage your health journey. You might have the best quality vitamin D3 and K2 supplements on the market with perfect dosages, but if you're making one simple mistake in how you take them, you could be flushing a good portion of their benefits and your money right down the drain. The secret lies in understanding a fundamental characteristic of these two vitamins. They are fat-soluble. What does fat-soluble mean in practical terms? It means that your body needs dietary fat to properly absorb and utilize these vitamins. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin C or B vitamins, which dissolve in water and are readily absorbed, D3 and K2 require fats to be effectively transported from your digestive system into your bloodstream where they can get to work. Taking your D3 and K2 supplements on an empty stomach or with a very low-fat meal like a plain salad or a piece of fruit is one of the most common and easily correctable mistakes people make. Without the presence of fats, a significant amount of these precious nutrients will simply pass through your system unabsorbed, rendering them largely ineffective. So how do you ensure you're getting the most out of your D3 and K2? It's simple. Take them with a meal that contains healthy fats. This doesn't mean you need to eat a greasy feast. Good sources of healthy fats include avocados, a handful of nuts like almonds or walnuts, seeds, chia, flax, or pumpkin, olive oil drizzled on your food, eggs, especially the yolk, or fatty fish like salmon. Even a tablespoon of full-fat yogurt or a glass of whole milk can provide enough fat to aid absorption. As we've mentioned, taking them in the morning with such a meal is often ideal, setting you up for optimal nutrient utilization throughout the day. This small adjustment, pairing your D3 and K2 with dietary fat, can dramatically improve their bioavailability, ensuring your body can actually access and use these powerful nutrients to support your bones, heart, and overall health. It's a frustrating scenario many encounter. Diligently taking vitamin D3 supplements, perhaps even high doses like 5,000 or 10,000 IU daily, yet still feeling the debilitating symptoms of low vitamin D, persistent fatigue, a weakened immune system, mood swings, or unexplained aches and pains. You get your levels rechecked and they barely budge. What's going on? The answer very often lies in an unaddressed magnesium deficiency. Most people are completely unaware that magnesium is an absolutely essential coactor for the metabolism and activation of vitamin D3 in the body. Think of magnesium as the gatekeeper or the spark plug. When you consume vitamin D3, either from supplements, food, or sunshine, it's initially in an inactive storage form. For your body to actually use it, it needs to be converted into its active form, calcitriol, through processes in the liver and kidneys. And guess what? All the enzymes involved in these critical conversion steps are magnesium dependent. Without enough magnesium, these enzymes can't do their job properly. The vitamin D you're so carefully taking remains largely inert like a key that can't turn the lock. So even if you're swallowing those D3 pills religiously, if your magnesium levels are suboptimal, and for a vast majority of the population they are, it's almost like you're taking nothing at all. This is a huge problem because active vitamin D3 is crucial for so many aspects of health beyond just bones. It plays a vital role in regulating blood pressure, supporting insulin sensitivity, which is key for blood sugar control, keeping your immune system robust and responsive, and even protecting your mood and cognitive function. Deficiencies in active D3 have been linked to everything from depression and chronic fatigue to an increased susceptibility to infections and difficulties managing blood sugar. From personal experience and from hearing countless similar stories, low active vitamin D can make you feel absolutely dreadful. You might drag yourself through the day feeling utterly exhausted, plagued by anxiety or a persistent brain fog, or just generally off and not like your usual self. And the most insidious part, if you're already taking D3 supplements, you'd probably never suspect that low vitamin D is the culprit behind your lingering symptoms. You'll keep searching for answers, wondering what on earth is wrong with you, never realizing that your body simply lacks the necessary magnesium to unlock the very nutrient you're trying to provide it. Ensuring adequate magnesium intake is therefore not just a good idea when supplementing with D3. It's a non-negotiable prerequisite for D3 to do its job. One of the most pervasive myths in health and wellness is that a standard blood test can accurately tell you if you're deficient in magnesium. Many people, and even some healthcare practitioners, assume that if a magnesium serum test comes back within the normal range, then all is well. Unfortunately, this is a dangerous misconception that can leave countless individuals suffering from the widespread symptoms of magnesium deficiency, all while being told their levels are fine. Here's the critical piece of information. Less than 1% of your body's total magnesium is actually found circulating in your bloodstream. The vast majority, around 99%, is stored inside your cells, primarily in your bones, about 60% muscles, and other soft tissues. A standard serum magnesium test only measures that tiny fraction in the blood, giving you virtually no insight into your body's true functional magnesium stores where it's actually doing its work. Your body is incredibly intelligent and works tirelessly to maintain tight control over blood magnesium levels because even slight deviations can impact critical functions like heartbeat regulation, nerve signals, and muscle contractions. If your dietary intake is low or your body is losing too much magnesium, your system will actually pull magnesium out of your bones and muscles to keep those blood levels stable. It's a survival mechanism, so you could be severely deficient at the cellular level with your bones and muscles being depleted, yet your blood test might still show a normal reading. It's like trying to gauge the amount of fuel in your car's tank by looking at the exhaust fumes. It tells you very little about what's actually available to power the engine. Furthermore, your body has clever ways to conserve magnesium when stores are low. It will reduce the amount excreted through urine and may even borrow magnesium from tissues where it's desperately needed for other functions, all in an effort to keep those blood levels from plummeting. This is precisely why magnesium deficiency often goes undetected until significant symptoms start to appear. These can be varied and sometimes vague, including persistent muscle cramps or twitches, chronic fatigue, unexplained anxiety or nervousness, difficulty sleeping, heart palpitations, or even migraines. And even if you believe you're eating a healthy diet rich in magnesium containing foods like leafy greens and nuts, you still might not be getting enough. Modern farming practices and mineral-depleted soils mean that the magnesium content in our vegetables and grains has dramatically declined over the past 50 to 70 years. Today's spinach or almonds simply don't pack the same magnesium punch they used to. On top of this, chronic stress, excessive caffeine or alcohol consumption, a high-sugar diet, certain common medications like acid blockers or diuretics, and even intense exercise leading to sweating can all drain your magnesium reserves much faster than you can replenish them through diet alone. Therefore, relying solely on a standard blood test to assess your magnesium status is not only misleading, but can provide a false sense of security, potentially delaying the recognition and correction of a deficiency that could be significantly impacting your quality of life. If you're experiencing symptoms, magnesium deficiency could very well be the missing piece of your health puzzle, regardless of what a blood test says. When you decide to add vitamin K2 to your supplement regimen, especially alongside vitamin D3, you'll quickly notice there isn't just one vitamin K2. The two main forms you'll encounter in supplements are MK4, menaquinone 4, and MK7, menaquinone 7. While both contribute to heart and bone health by helping to activate those crucial calcium-directing proteins, there's a clear winner when it comes to effectiveness and practicality in supplement form MK7. The primary difference lies in their half-life, how long they remain active in your bloodstream. MK4 has a very short half-life, typically just a few hours. This means that to maintain consistent levels in your body, you'd theoretically need to take it multiple times throughout the day, which is impractical for most people and often leads to inconsistent dosing. It's quickly metabolized and cleared from the system. MK7, on the other hand, is the long distance runner of the K2 family. It boasts a much longer half-life, staying active in your body for up to 72 hours or even longer. This extended presence allows for more stable blood levels with just a once daily dose. More importantly, this sustained activity means MK7 has more time and opportunity to effectively activate osteocalin for bone health and matrix gap protein, MGP, for keeping calcium out of arteries and soft tissues. This sustained action is precisely what you want when you're also taking vitamin D3, which is consistently increasing calcium absorption. You need a K2 form that can keep up with the demand and diligently manage that calcium around the clock. Because of its superior bioavailability and longer duration of action, MK7 is generally considered the more efficient and effective form for supplementation, ensuring your body reaps the full benefits of K2's calcium-directing capabilities with convenient once-a-day dosing. When you're looking for a K2 supplement, particularly to pair with D3, prioritizing one that contains the MK7 form is a smart strategy for optimal results. Vitamins D3 and K2 are increasingly celebrated for their significant contributions to cardiovascular health, and rightly so. As we've discussed, D3 enhances calcium absorption, and K2 ensures that calcium is directed to your bones and teeth, preventing its harmful accumulation in arteries and soft tissues. This dynamic duo plays a crucial role in maintaining flexible arteries and healthy blood pressure. However, there's an indispensable third partner in this heart protective alliance that often gets overlooked: magnesium. Without adequate magnesium, the impressive cardiovascular benefits of D3 and K2 simply cannot be fully realized. Magnesium is the master conductor of this orchestra. It acts as a vital coactor, essentially the on switch for the enzymes your body needs to properly process and utilize both vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. Remember, vitamin D3 needs magnesium to be converted from its inactive storage form into its active, usable form. If magnesium is deficient, this conversion is impaired, meaning less active D3 is available to do its work, including its beneficial roles in cardiovascular health, like supporting endothelial function, the health of your blood vessel linings, and modulating inflammation. Similarly, the proteins that vitamin K2 activates to direct calcium, like osteocalin, and matrix glioprotein MGP also rely on processes that are influenced by magnesium. If magnesium levels are low, K2's ability to efficiently move calcium into bones and keep it out of arteries can be compromised. Instead of creating a powerful synergy that supports your heart An imbalance caused by insufficient magnesium could inadvertently lead to suboptimal calcium management. This could mean that even if you're taking D3 and K2, you might not be getting their full protective effects, and in a worst-case scenario, could still be at risk for calcium building up in soft tissues and blood vessels if the system isn't working harmoniously. Therefore, for D3 and K2 to truly act as guardians of your heart, they need their essential partner, magnesium, to be present in sufficient amounts, ensuring the entire system functions smoothly and effectively to promote cardiovascular wellness. While the combination of magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2 forms an incredibly potent foundation for health, there's another key nutrient that often plays a critical, albeit sometimes behind-the-scenes role in optimizing their effects and supporting overall well-being: zinc. And when we talk about zinc, especially in supplemental form, we must also consider its relationship with copper. Zinc is a powerhouse mineral involved in a multitude of bodily functions. Pertaining to our star trio, zinc is important for the proper functioning of vitamin D receptors. These receptors are like docking stations on your cells that allow active vitamin D to bind and exert its effects. If zinc levels are low, the efficiency of these receptors can be compromised, meaning even if you have adequate active D3, it might not be able to communicate its messages effectively to your cells. Beyond this, zinc is renowned for its crucial role in supporting a robust immune system, aiding in healthy insulin function, which is vital for blood sugar management and promoting cellular repair and growth. However, there's an important consideration when supplementing with zinc, especially if you're taking higher doses, generally considered more than 30 milligrams daily over an extended period. Zinc and copper compete for absorption in the body. Taking high levels of zinc can over time lead to a copper deficiency by impairing copper absorption. Copper is essential for many processes as well, including energy production, iron metabolism, maintaining healthy nerve function, supporting heart rhythm, and ironically contributing to a strong immune system. A copper deficiency can manifest as fatigue, weakness, neurological issues, and increased susceptibility to infections. Therefore, if you're considering adding zinc to your magnesium, D3, and K2 routine to further bolster your health, it's wise to be mindful of this interplay. Many experts recommend maintaining a balanced zinc to copper ratio if supplementing with higher doses of zinc long-term, typically around 8.1 to 15.1, egg 15 meg nanozinc to 1 taunt 2 medium copper. This helps ensure that you reap the benefits of zinc without inadvertently creating an imbalance that could lead to copper deficiency and its associated problems. As always, thoughtful supplementation that considers these nutrient interactions is key to achieving holistic health. You might be diligently taking your magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2 supplements, expecting to feel a surge in energy, better sleep, and improved overall well-being. But if your diet is laden with refined carbohydrates and sugary treats, you could be unknowingly undermining all your good efforts, particularly when it comes to your magnesium levels. Carbohydrates, especially the processed and sugary kinds, can act like a vacuum cleaner for your body's magnesium stores. Here's how it works. Every single time you consume sugar or refined carbs, think white bread, pastries, cookies, soda, pasta, or sugary cereals, your body requires a significant amount of magnesium to metabolize them. Magnesium is a critical coactor in the complex biochemical pathways that process glucose, sugar for energy. The more of these high glycemic foods you eat, the more magnesium your body is forced to burn through simply to handle the resulting sugar spike and manage insulin response. This constant demand can quickly deplete your magnesium reserves, leaving you in a deficit even if you're supplementing. This is a common pitfall where many people go wrong. They adopt the mindset of, well, I'm taking a bunch of high-quality supplements now, so I can afford to be a bit more lenient with my diet. Or they believe supplements will magically counteract poor food choices. Certainly. Here's a 600-word expanded version of your original passage. Relying on supplements as a substitute for a healthy lifestyle is a significant miscalculation, one that can lead to frustration, wasted money, and unmet health goals. The very term supplement implies that these nutrients are meant to supplement an already balanced and healthful lifestyle. They are intended to fill nutritional gaps, support specific bodily functions, or correct minor deficiencies, not to compensate for consistently poor dietary choices. If your daily meals revolve around ultra-processed foods, sugary beverages, and fast food, you're asking your body to function under a state of chronic stress. You're creating an internal environment where inflammation is persistent, blood sugar is frequently spiking and crashing, and your organs are overburdened with metabolic waste. In such a scenario, simply popping a few supplements, no matter how carefully chosen or highly rated, is unlikely to produce meaningful or lasting health benefits. No amount of magnesium, vitamin D3, or K2 can undo the physiological damage caused by a diet rich in refined carbohydrates, trans fats, and added sugars. These poor food choices create nutrient imbalances, impair absorption, and increase the demand for vitamins and minerals that your body's already lacking. It's akin to bailing water from a leaking boat without ever patching the hole, ineffective and unsustainable. Take proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, for instance. These are frequently used to manage acid reflux and include drugs like omeprazole and lansoprazole. While effective for short-term relief, long-term use has been shown to significantly impair magnesium absorption in the gut. Diuretics, often used to treat high blood pressure or fluid retention, increase the excretion of magnesium, potassium, and other minerals through urine. Oral contraceptives have also been linked to reduced magnesium levels over time, and some blood pressure medications can interfere with mineral homeostasis, further complicating nutrient balance. It's important to note that magnesium plays a central role in activating vitamin D3 and enabling the full benefits of K2. Without adequate magnesium, both of these fat-soluble vitamins may not be effectively metabolized, limiting their usefulness even if blood levels appear normal. Beyond medications, chronic health conditions can also interfere with your nutrient status. People with type 1 or type 2 diabetes often experience increased magnesium loss through the urine, particularly when blood sugar levels are poorly controlled. Chronic stress, a nearly universal problem in today's society, rapidly depletes magnesium reserves as the body burns through this mineral during the fight-or-flight response. Digestive disorders, such as Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, celiac disease, or even milder forms of gut dysbiosis, can prevent the absorption of not just magnesium, but also vitamins D3 and K2. In people with kidney disease, the body's ability to activate vitamin D can be impaired, further complicating supplementation efforts. In short, effective supplementation must go hand in hand with a clean diet and awareness of other lifestyle and medical factors. Supplements are tools, not miracles. They only work as well as the foundation you give them to build upon.